Hello students, today's topic is database query using SQL. So in this session we are going to see about the introduction of database management system, then the terms related to database management system, then about structured query language and some commands, basic commands of structured query language. So first start with the database management system. So what is the database management system? In database, logically related data are stored. We can organize related data in a database so that it can be managed in efficient and easy way. So that means data is a collection of related data, organized data. So what is database management system? Database management system or database system in short is a software that can be used to create and manage databases. So it is a system or software which is used to manage the database. DBMS lets user to create database, store, manage, update or modify and retrieve data from the database by the users or application programs. So database management system helps us to create a database, store the contents and managing, updating, modifying, deleting. All this can be done on the data. Some examples of open source and commercial database management system which include MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, Microsoft Access, MongoDB, etc. All these are database management systems. So we are going to use SQL under the platform MySQL. So let us see some terminologies which we have learned in class 11. Once again, just recalling the terms. So in a table, Guardian, here the table name is Guardian. That means table is called with another database terms as relation. So relation is another term for table. Then records, that is rows, or which we call it as a tuple. Records, that means lines or rows, which we call it as a record, tuple or row. Similarly the columns are referred as attributes. So GUID, GName, GPhone, GAddress in this example, which are attributes or columns. So rows are called tuples, columns are called attributes. Okay, so in this table or relation, degree, the number of attributes, that means number of columns are 4. Cardinality means number of rows. So what are the number of rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So 5 rows. So you should not count the heading while counting the rows. So relation is a flat file, that is each column has a single value and each record has same number of columns. So this all together we call it as a relation or table. Next, there are some terms. So the definition of the terms we will see. Attribute. Attribute means characteristics or parameters for which data are to be stored in relation. Simply stated, the columns of relations are the attribute, which are also referred as fields. So the columns or fields are called attributes. Tuple. Each row of the data in a relation is called tuple. In a table with n columns, the tuple is a relationship between the n related values. Next term is domain. So it is a set of values from which an attribute can take a value in each row. Usually a data type is used to specify the domain for an attribute. For example, in student relation, the attribute roll number takes integer value and hence its domain is set of integers. So what can fit into the particular column, that we can call it as a domain. like roll number, it can be any integer number, so all those are integers are domain of roll number column. So in case the class from 1 to 12 should fit it into the class column, so we can say that 1 to 12 all are domain values of a particular column called class. Similarly, the set of characters strings constitute the domain of the attribute as name. So in the name column, what should be fit into, that is its domain. Clear? We'll move to the next, that is degree. The number of attributes in a relation is called degree of the relation. Number of attributes means number of columns. So how many columns are there, that is its degree. Similarly, cardinality, the number of tuples or rows in a relation is called cardinality. Clear? Now let us see about SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. So what is query language? Query language is a special kind of programming languages that can be used to access data from the database. When you want to query the data from a database, we'll use query language. The structured query language or SQL is the most popular query language used by major relational database management systems such as MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, etc. So SQL is a query language which is used in relational database management systems called MySQL, Oracle, etc. So we use SQL in our examples under MySQL tool. So what are the commonly used data types in MySQL? So in MySQL we used different kinds of data. So for storage of data we use different data types. The most commonly used data types are here. First one is character. So character is a data type. To specify its size, so what happens is it is used for declaring it as a character. For example, it specifies character type data of length n, where n could be of any value from 0 to 255. So I can specify any number here from 0 to 255. Character is of fixed length, means declaring character of 10 implies the reserved spaces for 10 characters. So if I declare character 10, it occupies 10 bytes in memory. If data does not have 10 characters, example city has 4 characters, MySQL fills the remaining 6 characters with spaces padded on the right. Means if you declare 10, then you use only 4, the remaining spaces also will be filled. So totally 10 bytes are occupied. It is a fixed length. So there is another kind of data type for characters, that is VAR variable length character. So it specifies character type data of length n, where n could be any value of 0 to 65,535. But unlike character, varchar is a variable length data type, that is declaring variable character means a maximum of 30 characters are specified. Maximum of 30 characters when be stored, but actual allocated bytes will be depend upon the length of the string. Means you declare with any size, so it can be varied depending upon the characters entered. It is only the maximum number we are specifying. Next is int. Int specifies an integer value. Each integer value occupies 4 bytes of storage. If you want the number to be declared and it is of integer type, you can use int. Next is float. Float holds the numbers with decimal points. Each float value occupies 4 bytes. So when you are using float, you can specify the number of decimals also. There is one more way of using it. You also use another data type called decimal. Similarly, date. The date data type is used to specify date, month, year. in YYYYMMDD format. That means year 4 digits, month 2 digits, and date 2 digits. There are other data types also like time and all, so we can use depending upon our use. These are the most commonly used data types. So in class 11 we have learned about SQL commands. The most commonly used commands we'll just recall once here. So first command is creating a database. If you want to create a database, so we need to use some command. So to create a database, we use create database statement as shown in the following syntax. So what is the syntax? Create database, database name. Example, to create a database called student attendance, we will type the following command at MySQL prompt. So we know that what is MySQL prompt. So there we need to write the commands create database and database name. So the database will be created. Once you create a database, then to store any data you need to open the database and create the table. So how to open a database? A database management system can manage multiple databases on one computer. Therefore, we need to select the database that we want to use. Once the database is selected, we can proceed with creating tables or querying data. So meaning is, once you create a database, you need to open the database to store some data. So you can have multiple database opened. So simultaneously you have to use the particular commands. So here use database name. For example, use student attendance. So this command will open the database for creating or storing tables. So a database can store tables in it. So the next command is creating table. So we know how we are creating the table, how to add the values. So one by one command we are going to see here. After creating database student attendance, we need to define relations or tables in this database and specify attributes for each relation along the data types for each attribute. This is done using create table statement. So once you create a database, we need to create a table. So how to create a table? Create. So you can see the example here. Create table, name of the table, then open bracket and specify what are the column names, roll number, and what is its data type, whether it is integer. So separate by comma, then yes name. Specify the data type varchar 20, then comma, then date of birth, date, comma. So like this, one by one fields you can specify, and you can also make a particular column as a primary key using primary key method. You write primary key and specify the column name, which should be the primary key. So the command for creating table is create table. So once you create a table, you want to see the description of the table, then the command used for it is describe table name. So what it does, if I write, or you can also type DESC and name of the table, that is student for example. So what happens, it will display the description like what are its fields, what are its data types, whether it contains any primary key. All these description you can get it from the command describe. Then the next command is alter table. So after creating a table, we may realize that we need to add or remove attribute or to modify the data type of an existing attribute or add constraint in the attribute. In all such cases, we need to change or alter the structure of table by using the alter statement. So if you want to change, you can add a column or you can modify a column, you can delete a column. All these can be done with the help of alter table command. The syntax for this is alter table, table name, then use the keyword add, modify or drop, then specify the attributes. So let us see the example. Alter table name, and specify add and column name. So you can also add the keys constraints. So here unique gphone is given. That means we're adding a unique key for gphone, or by adding a field. You can also add a field here. If you want to add a column, you can add column name, like add gphone. If you are writing, you will be adding one more column called gphone. Similarly, alter table can also be used for modifying and removing the attribute. So how to modify? Like you want to make a character data type to integer or integer to character, or you can increase the size of the particular field using alter table. So how to use alter table for it? Alter table name of the table, modify, then specify the column name and what is the data type, or what is the new data type or modified data type. So this is how modify works. Similarly, remove. That means if you want to drop a particular column, you can use alter table guardian drop income. That means income column will be erased from the table. Clear? Now there is a command called drop. Why do you use drop? So drop is used for completely deleting a table or a database. So sometimes a table in a database or database itself needs to be removed. We can use drop statement to remove database or a table permanently from the system. However, one should be very cautious while using statement if it cannot be very cautious while using this statement, as it cannot be undone. That means once it is dropped, you cannot cancel it, undo it. So what is the command for deleting a table? That is draw table name. Similarly, if you want to delete a complete database, you can use drop database and name of the database. I hope you're clear with up to this. So these commands we have seen. Once again we are refreshing it here. So the next command for it is inserting the records. Inserting the records. So let us see how we can insert the records. So insert into statement is used to insert new records in a table. So if you want to add a new contents to the table, then you will use insert into table name. So insert into table name values and specify the values. For example, insert into guardian values and you specify all the values of the table. So whatever is the column, give it in order. Okay, this is how you can insert new values to the table. So we saw how to create a table, how to create a database, how to insert the values, how to alter the table. That means you can add a column or remove the column. Now next command is select statement. That means for display. The SQL statement select is used to retrieve data from the tables in a database, and the output is also displayed in tabular form. Means so you can display. So how do you display? Select attribute separated by attributes from table where condition. That means you can write select s name comma s date of birth from student. Meaning is display the column student name and date of birth from the student table. If then there is conditions, you can use where clause, where roll number equal to 1. That means a particular roll number will be displayed. You can also use where with multiple conditions, that is salary greater than or equal to 20,000 and salary less than or equal to 50,000. Such conditions can also be given with where clause. Clear? Now once the data is ready, now we want to modify a particular record. It can be done with the help of update command. So data updation. So we may need to make changes in the value of one or more columns of existing records in table. For example, we may require some changes in address, phone number, or spelling, name, etc. The update statement is used to make such modification in existing data. So to do updation, update table name, set attribute equal to value 1, attribute 2 equal to value 2, like this. So you can specify update table name, set the column name equal to what is the new value. So in case you want to modify the roll numbers GUID, then you can write where roll number equal to 3. So roll number 3's GUID number is modified. Hope you are clear. Next, deletion. In case you want to delete the contents from the table, so you will use delete command, delete statement. Delete from table name where condition. This is the method used for deletion. So delete from table name where roll number equal to 2. If I am writing, so this particular roll number will be deleted. I hope you are clear with up to this. So we saw the basic SQL commands today. So we started with the database and the terms related to database. What is attribute, what is relation, tuple, domain, degree and cardinality. Then what is SQL and what are the platforms where we use SQL, then the data types used in SQL. Then we saw the commands of creating database, creating table, opening the database, then getting the description of the table, making changes in the columns using alter table, deleting the table or deleting the database, and inserting the records into the database or table, then displaying using select command, and modifying the data after entry using update command. Finally, we saw the deleting the records using delete command. So I hope you are clear up to this. We'll see the next part in coming session. Thank you.